installing the Rackham grass catchers on the Z3X mowers. So I have the 52-inch done. I started on it first. So just wanted to walk you guys through how I'm doing this. One good thing is that it works just fine with the quick shoot. And the reason I did the 52-inch mower first was because I wasn't sure if there was going to be room to have the quick shoot on there, because I really didn't want to have to unbolt that and remove it the way I had to do with my advanced shoot whenever I wanted to put the bagging system on my John Deere. So it's nice to know that that actually works. So let me take it off of there and show you how I did this. So you look down in here and there's the Z bracket, and then there's the pin. I'll show you that. So basically you just pick up the back of the unit. Okay, the back of the unit is now off, and then you pull the pin side out. It's kind of awkward with one hand, but that's all there is to it. It's very simple to take off. So let me show you on the grass catcher. Those are the holes that I ended up using for everything to line up properly, because I wanted this to line up with the side of the deck so that it'll sit nice and square and flush. I went in the 4th hole back on the pin, and then on the Z bracket, it's the 4th hole forward is the first bolt. So 4th hole, 5th hole, if that makes any sense. And then on the mower, here's the bracket that I came up with. I'll show you what I made that out of here in just a second. But as you can see, I trimmed part of it off, and I've got a bolt right here that's going through an existing hole in the deck, and then I had to drill one hole for this bolt back here. So kind of hate drilling holes, but you know, it's a machine. It's made to get work done, and if I have to drill some holes, it is what it is. But again, I like that the color matches on the deck, and then on the quick shoot, so the quick shoot will close, seal up, and everything the way it's supposed to with that bracket in place. So this way I don't have to unbolt anything, remove anything, you know, nothing like that to make this work. I just simply open my quick shoot and hang it on there. So let me show you the bracket that I made that out of. These are the extra brackets that came with the Jungle Gems weed eater racks that I installed on my mowers. So there are 2 brackets like this with the slots instead of holes, and then 2 brackets like this. Okay. This one, I used one of these. I cut it in half and used it on each one of my racks to make the little piece that keeps my weed eaters from turning when they're in the rack, which leaves me 2 of these. So what I did on my other mower, my 52, you've got this hole right here. Okay, and this probably isn't going to work on this mower because it's going to line up different. I do have to leave room for this to be able to, this little arm has to swing down past the end of the bracket. So I'm not going to be able to use the existing hole on this mower, which kind of sucks. I'll have to drill 2 holes. But basically what I did is I took off the difference right here. I cut off enough of this bracket so that this sets even with the front of my deck, or the, you know, the outside edge of the deck, and that's so that the quick shoot can open and close. So I'll have to do that again on this one. I'm just going to cut that off with the Sawzall real quick. It just literally just took a minute on the other one, and then I'll be able to slide it in far enough that way to be flush on the outside, drill my 2 holes, and then just set up my Rackham to fit it. So I'm going to take this and mark it and cut it off real quick, and then we'll come back and get it in place. Okay guys, so voila, cut off the piece that I don't need, and now I can get this in place probably pretty close to right there, actually. Put this down and make sure it's on there. You can see that it comes out nice and flush with the deck. So all I've got to do are drill a couple mounting holes and then match up my rackham brackets to fit it. So let's get some holes drilled. Alright, holes are drilled. One here, one here. So I'm going to take some more of these actually really nice bolts and lock washers and lock nuts that came with my Jungle Gems weed eater racks. I'm going to use those to bolt this down. They send quite a bit of extra hardware because there are a lot of different mounting options with all the brackets and everything. So that's actually turned out really good for me for this situation. So let me get this bolted on, and then I'll get the rackham set up to fit it, and then we'll take it outside and do some testing. Okay, so got the catcher on the big mower now, the 61-inch Z3X. So I'll show you real quick how it comes off. Same as the other one. A little bit awkward with one hand, but so unhook the back. Okay, and slide the pin out of the front. Now, on this mower, we have a much bigger opening. Things are more spread out. So my pin on this one is going to be in the 5th hole back, and then I have my Z bracket all the way back as far as it'll go. And that's where everything seems to fit the best. Now, the one thing that I don't know about yet, and I guess I'll find out pretty quick, is, let me grab a tape measure. I'm going to measure this opening and see what the difference is between this and my deck. The opening on this catcher is 14 inches. Okay. Now on this 61-inch Z3X, it has a quite a bit bigger opening than that. Let's see. Okay, so, oops. All right, so there's the front of the opening, which actually there's a baffle that comes back right there. So it's not completely, totally accurate, but anyway, from front to back is right at 18.5 inches. So there's 4.5 inches there. And if you include that baffle, 17.5 it looks like. So there's quite a bit of distance there that's just open deck. Now I know most of the clippings do come out of the front of the deck, but there are still some that come out of this back part of the discharge. You know, it shoots clippings out of the entire opening. And this right here has a little baffle that runs in to about there, looks like, so about 7 or 8 inches. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Let's hook it back up on here and go outside, and we'll test the 52 a few passes, and we'll test the 61 a few passes, and we'll see how it does as far as collecting clippings. What I'm mainly going to use it for is leaf collection. So that might be a different story, but right now I don't have any leaves to play with, just grass, and I have plenty of that. So let's go outside and test it out. This is the 52-inch mower, and it collected the clippings just fine. The one thing that I did notice is right here between the deck and the bagger. That's just open right there. There's about at the widest point, probably about 1.5 to 2 inch difference where the deck tapers back and where the grass chute or grass catcher is square, obviously. So I'm gonna have to probably make a little attachment on the grass catcher itself to kind of close that gap. Now that was mowing at 4 inches, and as you guys can see on the mower, there's clippings all over the side of the mower, and that's what was being missed by the catcher and ending up all over the mower. So it's not bad for the very first time out, and I think that would be an easy enough adjustment to make. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 61-inch and try it next. I'm expecting basically the same thing because it's got an even bigger gap, but I mean, it collected the grass. It did what it was supposed to do. I just need to adjust it some so that I can get those gaps out of there and not have as much getting past the bagger. But really, that's not bad, all things considered. So let's put this one away and grab the 61. Basically the same thing right there where the deck goes that way and the grass catcher goes straight back. There's an opening, and you can see the clippings right there on the deck. So you can see the opening better on this mower. So anyways, there's a little bit of a gap there, but that's not too bad. And I think, like I said, I can add a little piece of sheet metal, just kind of like a little, I don't know, a little shroud basically, to close in that gap that just attaches to the grass catcher, and I think it would solve that problem. So anyway, that's not major. Really not anything that I'm going to complain about, because this is a new deck design, and you know, they don't have a specific bracket or anything like that for this mower yet, so something I can fabricate fairly easily. But it collected the clippings. Open this up. You know, collected a pretty fair amount of clippings for just 2 passes on that short of a run. So anyway, it's doing the job. I just need to make some little fine-tune adjustments, and other than that, the mounting system that I came up with is working great. It's up off the ground good. It sits pretty level with the deck. You know, like I said, I'm setting at 4 inches cut height right now, so that's up there a ways. And in the fall, when I'm doing leaf cleanups, you know, I never go below 2.5 or 3 inches. So plenty of clearance. And other than that, guys, I think that's it for right now on the rack and bagger system. As always, thanks for watching, and get out there and make some money, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys.